So after nearly 25 years of countless investigations and losing football and turning once a storied franchise into a dumpster fire, Daniel Snyder finally decides to sell the Washington franchise. A lot of people want to buy the Washington Commanders, from people like Jeff Bezos to people like Stephen Papadopoulos, who's a Canadian billionaire, amongst others. Snyder bought the team in 1999 for roughly $800 million, and we're now selling the team for around $6 billion. May 12th will now be a yearly tradition for Washington fans, as this was the day that co-owner Tanya Snyder and Dan Snyder put out a statement finalizing the sale. They said this: "We are very pleased to have reached an agreement for the sale of the Commanders franchise with Josh Harris, an area native, and he has put together an impressive group of partners. We look forward to the prompt completion of this transaction and rooting for Josh Harris and the team in the coming years." Dan Snyder is officially gone, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Harris is now the new Washington Commanders owner.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah!
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We enter the Washington Commanders video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a deep dive look into the personal and professional life of Josh Harris, the new Washington Commanders owner. We're going to look at how he got up until this point of being the Washington Commanders owner. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case our Washington Commanders. We want to roll to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to check out Juan Gotti TV. Link down below is in the description. Let's get it. Josh Harris was born in December 1964 in Chevy Chase, Maryland. He grew up playing several sports and became a fan of wrestling after winning a summer camp tournament at the age of 9. He cites the sports of having improved his work ethic and academic performance. Harris is Jewish. His father was an orthodontist and his mother was a school teacher. He was a fan of all Washington teams growing up, as he could remember his father having Washington Bullets season tickets. As a youth, Harris placed third in the Maryland State Wrestling Tournament and once matched with future Olympic gold medalist Bobby Weaver. So Harris had a growing passion for sports since a youngin. He attended the Field School in Washington, D.C. before enrolling at the University of Pennsylvania School of Arts and Science in 1982. He transferred to Wharton School as a freshman due to his love for statistics. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in economics in 1986. After graduating, Harris worked as a financial analyst in the mergers and acquaintance department of the investment bank Drexel Burnham Lambert. He left after 2 years to attend Harvard Business School. He then graduated with an MBA as a Baker Scholar and a Loeb Financial Fellow in 1990. Earlier that year, Drexel had filed for bankruptcy during an ongoing recession, with Harris working at Blackstone and corporations for 2 months before leaving to establish the private equity firm Apollo Global Management with the former Drexel partner Leon Black and Mark Rowan. Under the direction of Harris, Apollo invested $2 billion into the industry's company in 2008 before selling its stakes in 2013 for a profit of $9.6 billion, the largest gain on a private equity investment in history. In 2011, Harris and senior Blackstone and Corporation executive David Blitzer led an investment group that purchased the Philadelphia 76ers at the National Basketball Association from Comcast Spectator for $280 million. Harris and Blitzer then purchased another team, this time the New Jersey Devils of the National Hockey League, which included the Prudential Center that's in New York, New Jersey, for over $320 million. He bought an 18% stake of the Premier League's Crystal Palace FC in 2015. In 2017, Harris and Blitzer founded Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment to consolidate their sports ventures. In addition to the 76ers and Devils, the companies also own and operate the 76ers affiliated Delaware Blue Coats of the NBA G League and the Devils affiliated of the American Hockey League. In 2020, Harris bought a stake of less than 5% worth up to the $140 million in the Pittsburgh Steelers of the National Football League. He was part of an unsuccessful bid for the purchase of the NFL's Denver Broncos in 2022. Harris was willing to pay $5 billion if he could guarantee himself a majority owner before it was sold to the group led by Rob Walton for $4.6 billion. In 2023, he led an investment group to reach an agreement to purchase the NFL's Washington Commanders for $6.5 billion, the largest sale transaction for sports franchise in history. And now that Josh Harris is the Washington Commanders' new owner, there is a breath of fresh air in the DMV area. As a lot of fans checked out due to Dan Snyder's terrible ownership, they could potentially be back now that the team is under new management. Now, obviously, new ownership isn't going to bring everybody back. Winning is going to be the main thing that brings people back. But I honestly think with Josh Harris, Magic Johnson, and Mitchell Rouse as the leaders of this ownership group, that is going to be something that is going to be in the foreseeable future. I mean, they talk about constantly wanting to bring a winning culture back to this area, and Josh Harris being a hometown guy in a sense, he knows what it was like for the Washington Commanders to be a successful organization, and it would be nothing better than to be that guy that finally turned this organization back to what it once was. Now, obviously, Josh Harris has a ton of successful sports teams like the Devils of the NHL or like the 76ers of the NBA. No, they never won a championship yet, but he at least has them competing for one every single year. And as a Washington Commanders fan, that's all I can ask for right now, is I just want to be able to compete for something, because I have not been able to say that at all for the entire tenure of Daniel Snyder. Now, what should we expect from Josh Harris? Again, I think Josh Harris is going to be an owner that's going to be hands-off. He's going to allow people to be in position to do their jobs. He's going to hire people to be put in positions to where he doesn't have to be hands-on. And yes, he's going to hold the people he hires accountable, but he isn't going to be an owner that's going to be trying to force his way in just because he owns the team. That's what Magic Johnson's here for also, is like the public figure and the face of a name that everybody knows, and a guy that has also ran somewhat of a successful organization, or being at least part of one, with the Los Angeles Lakers. I think this is a really good opportunity for the Commanders. I mean, it's just, like I said, a breath of fresh air that was desperately needed here in Washington, and it actually came much sooner than I thought. Daniel Snyder is only 58 years old, so I fully expected him to be the owner until I left this earth, but the fact that he won't be the owner of my favorite team anymore is just so amazing, and I'm super excited to see what this future holds for the Washington Commanders. Now, I don't know what this means for Ron Rivera or Sam Howell or any of these guys that are on a short leash, but I definitely think they're going to at least get 1 year to obviously show what they can do. But I would not be surprised if Josh Harris brought in his own guys, even if Ron Rivera was to have a successful year. Now, obviously, I don't know how fans will feel about that, because if Ron Rivera goes out and have a successful year in year 4 and he has a quarterback of the future, fans may look like you don't want to break that up. You already have a guy that's been building here for years, and now he's finally having that quarterback that he's been missing. You might want to keep him, but again, it's a business, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Harris is coming in with his own ownership group, and he probably wants to bring in his own guy. Again, Josh Harris owns the 76ers, and they've been making the playoffs for the past couple years now, and they haven't been able to get past that hump. So one of the best head coaches in the NBA of this generation, Doc Rivers, was relieved of his duties. So although they've made their constant playoff appearances, Doc Rivers still was fired. So Ron Rivera very well could be on the hot seat, even if he does have a successful year this season. Now, obviously, NBA and NFL are two different leagues and things are ran differently. But as Commanders fans, you should keep that in the back of your mind so you don't be surprised if it does happen. Now, what do I think about this? Because I am a Commanders fan myself. I personally feel like if Ron Rivera goes out there and he has a successful year, whether he is the main purpose of the successful year or not, I think you keep him around, because he's already built a culture here in the past 4 years, and then on top of that, you have a successful year with a young quarterback in Sam Howell. You don't want to mess that up. However, if Washington was to make an in-house move by upgrading Eric Bieniemy, the head coach, and then moving on from Ron Rivera, I'll be even more ecstatic about that. But going out your way to fire somebody and going to get a totally new guy that has nothing to do with this organization after a successful year just doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But I do understand it's a business and owners want to bring in their own guy. Now, something that I can expect, even if Ron Rivera stays, is them to shake up that front office. Get this thing structured in a very, very football sense, because right now we don't have any of that. We don't have a real general manager. We don't have a real president of football side of things. So I expect Josh Harris to get a real football structure here. So I think things are going to be going up here for Washington very soon, and I'm just excited to say that I experienced this. I'm witnessing change for my favorite team. We've been in misery for the past 25 years, and things are finally going upward. So there you have it, the personal life and professional life of the Washington Commanders' new owner, Josh Harris. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. Leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to let me know who you guys want to see me do a documentary on next, and check out Juan Gotti TV, the new channel. That link is down below in the description also. Thank you so much. Have a good day. See you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.